That is awesome. I say we belong right there. I hope you can see that very well. I know it's like the ultra-wide setting, so I don't think it's going to do the same justice my eyes will. There we go. Johnny's one is gonna go right here. We're gonna stick that right there. driving down the road like this. A lot of wind coming from that way. Alright, got him.
Look at that giant creepy fucking thing. That is a Mormon cricket, I guess, eating another cricket. And the road is full of them. We're down the Parsons. Nasty little buggers.
I don't know if you can see as clearly as I can all these things that are on the road here. These are millions and millions of those bugs. Like, we're losing the road here because there's so many of them you can't even see the frickin' ground anymore. This patch of red right up here is exactly that. This is all these crickets. I can feel them being crunched under my tires, and there's a line of them right here on the side of the road because there's so many of them eating the bodies of the ones that have been run over that the other ones are running out to eat them and then getting run over themselves. So the right lane has a lot more than the left lane does because that's where they come out from here, I guess. But holy cow. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. I've ridden all through Nevada. I've seen cicadas and I've seen locusts. I have never seen as many of these as I'm looking at right here, right now. This is something else. They cleared up a little bit, but for a while there, the road was just red with them. Man, and I wish I knew what drew them. If it was a water source that drew them over there. You run into the occasional dead bird too, because I think the birds are coming down to pick them up and then not getting up away from the cars. Incredible, just incredible. Yeah, here's some birds right here. So glad that I'm not running into these guys on corners because I hear they're very slippery. So, things you monitor on a trip like this. How much mileage I have until I have to refill, what my battery voltage is, rear tire, front tire, engine temperature, speed, yeah, sure. Also, my own personal hydration. So, just some of the stuff that I'm kind of looking at while I'm moving through this and just keeping track of stuff and making sure the bike still sounds healthy. It's kind of nice actually riding without a radio because there's nothing to distract me from how the bike is doing and how it's feeling and what it's dealing with. Temperature changes are big for internal combustion engines, so it's kind of nice to enjoy the weather but also feel what this internal combustion engine is actually going through. Really, ultimately, it's an air compressor, and as such, it's subject to whatever air it's pulling in. So it's kind of nice just to listen to it breathe and kind of go through some of these turns and things like that and feel little things like that little shimmy right there is new. That's a development from the back tire, which will probably be replaced by the time I get up to Alaska. That tire had not been replaced since I bought the bike. Has a little bit of a balancing issue, and I think it's just starting to come out around a little bit. So just a little bit of scenery out here in Idaho on the way to Montana, and tomorrow will be Canada. So it's just a little update as to what and where. And ooh, motorcycle bar. Let's see, I haven't found a Starbucks yet. I keep looking for where all the adventure bike riders are. That's a nice bike right there. Let's gawk and stalk. Ooh, cool. Nifty. I like motorcycles. Let's see what else we got here. A little adventure bike thing over there. Ooh, espresso. Yep, I'm definitely gonna stop. I could definitely go for some espresso. Let's do that. All right, so it is hot. It is 96 degrees. I'm wearing a cooling vest underneath all of this, and if I get a chance, I'll update you on some of it. But right now, I'm dying, so I'm gonna sign off.
when you go on a trip, make sure you're healthy enough to do so. So part of my the reason you haven't heard from me today is I was in a doctor's office earlier today. When I was doing the rally and setting up for 4th of July weekend, I ran myself a little ragged and ended up not feeling great. Got some antibiotics and left on this trip not feeling 100% on antibiotics, which, as it turns out, you can't handle as much heat as you normally can when you're on antibiotics, even if you hydrate. So, let me go over a couple things with you. That is my hydration pack, normally filled with ice cold water and right on my back so that I can get water while I'm moving. However, it does not replace magnesium, potassium, and the salts that you lose. One of those things led me to get over this pass, and this suit, although it has all these little breather holes in it and everything like that, and I've got this lovely gear that is kind of like this very thin material that kind of allows you to sort of it's like a sweat barrier kind of thing, but it doesn't insulate anything. It's a cool barrier that pulls moisture away from you, keeps you from depositing oils and things into the suit, and then keeps the suit clean for you so that you're wearing a very light layer that wicks moisture away from you, and then the suit allows airflow through there. That all works great if you don't get stuck in traffic and you're on antibiotics. So if you get stuck in traffic and you're on antibiotics and you're stuck in traffic at about 100 and on tarmac and not moving with no airflow and on antibiotics, you will get sick, and there'll be no thing that you can do to get out of it. I came over this pass, and I think I filmed myself going over the pass, and shortly thereafter became completely overwhelmed with just this sickness that I couldn't get over. I was just couldn't get cooled off and everything. I went into a local cafe to try and cool off, but they didn't have an air conditioner. I'm out here in Riggins, Idaho. And a beautiful town. I'll show you the view. So that's the view from here, which is gorgeous view, cool little town, great people, cool little restaurants, amazing steak. But the restaurant that I went into initially didn't have its AC above 80 because it's the middle of summer and they didn't want to create a place that was 60 degrees. I needed 60 degrees. So I ended up checking into a hotel room and then trying to jump through the shower and sleeping the majority of the day, and then going to a doctor and then finding out, if there's anything that I could do to clear myself of this. I eventually did get a clearance to go, well rested, well fed, and now my next thing is getting all this packed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through some of the packing things that I do. Tomorrow's ride is 625 miles from here through Missoula, through Kalispell, out to Banff. And that's about 12, 13 hours. The sun will be in my favor if I can get out of here soon enough to be able to do that. Shouldn't be that hard to do. However, I am still kind of on the mend from having completely fallen apart yesterday and spent the night with legs twitching and trying to rehydrate myself. I think I've done the best I can to do that. So 625-mile ride tomorrow should put me on track with where I should be. Having lost today, I will then make up for it. It's not the first time I've done a lot of mileage, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not promising anything. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to roll you through some of the things that I do and why I do this, because tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm not going to have any time. I'm not going to have any brain cells, and I'm counting on the fact that I'll have set everything up like a firefighter in order to be able to just roll out of here. Here is part of the ride suit, the other 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 part of the ride suit. Now these things are laid out in a way that when I get up, you got your underwear, you got your second layer, you got your socks, you got your, literally in the order that I have to put them on, because I'm not counting on having any brain cells when I wake up in the morning. Now, the rest of this has to get packed ahead of time and pretty much be ready to go to where all I have to do is toss that in there, close the back, then it goes on the bike. I honestly am considering, because that's kind of an ordeal to get it strapped onto the bike where I can lean through turns, toss the thing around, and it doesn't become a shifting part of weight, which is super important when you're on a motorcycle, not to have your weight overloaded and not to be shifting around. Among the things that I'm taking is this. This, not on the bike, but actually on my person. This will go right in here on this thing and live with me on the bike in the event that I am thrown from the bike and something were to happen. That said, that's already pre-charged, that's all set up, that's all set up, that's all set up. The only thing is, that's a cool vest. I got to pack that cooler with ice so that I can reach in and get that, and then the rest of it is just getting it all on the bike and getting ready to go. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. Good morning. Everything packed in there. There, cool vest is there, packed in there. Passport is there. God willing, we make it through to Canada. Bike's all packed up. Different configuration there to make room for the Camelback that I'm wearing on my back right now. Should give me a little room to lean back and not be so scooted far forward. Aside from that, this has been a fantastic home for the last couple of days. There's a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it down here or not, but there's the water down there. A nice little view, and it is about 5:50-ish in the morning, almost 6 a.m. So we're going to get a start this morning with the birds. We'll see how far we make it. I have my first destination programmed in on the map there. And while I have the opportunity to do this, I'll show you how bright those clear waters are. Oh yeah, good Lord. There they are. Alright, so here we go. We definitely don't need these. Not right now, they are good and bright.
like we took some pictures here a few years ago, and these trucks weren't quite so buried. I like that one. And that one. US 12 Lolo Pass, 55 miles southwest of Lolo en route to Missoula. So if you guys have ever followed some of my stuff on Facebook and seen me go through one of my favorite canyons is when I go to Sturgis, Spearfish Canyon. That's beautiful. I think it's probably like 33 miles or something like that. This is nearly 10 times longer, and it's all the same similar scenery, every bit as good. I would say Spearfish Canyon is the miniature golf version of Lolo Pass. If you ever get a chance to do it, it's fantastic. It really is. A little bit of road construction back there. But gorgeous day, 63 degrees, high clouds, not much for cloud cover, just nice and sunny and cool, and just crystal clear water. You can see all the way down to the bottom. Nice sweeping curves that follow this river. Interestingly enough, almost feels like I'm going downhill. However, the river is moving back that way. So, therefore I must be going uphill. I would say, unless I was pushing the bike imperceptibly, because this river just keeps going and going and going, and it's going that way, and we're going that way. But beautiful temperatures. A fantastic ride. If you ever find yourself between Missoula, Montana, and Idaho, cut yourself down towards Kalispell, kind of like 95 area. Ooh, deer. Right there. Well, hello, deer. Hi. It's funny, they'll acknowledge you if you actually wave at them. Two things I noticed about deer. One, Indians, when they hold up their hand like this, they go, how? Kind of means to another human being, like, you know, I'm not going to hurt you. You do that to an animal, they recognize it the same. I swear to God, try it. They recognize it the same. Put up one hand and just put your intention out there that you're not going to hurt them. You'll find they just pause and they don't run away. Another thing, when I was hunting deer's going across your path, and you go, hey, they will stop and look at you. Or if you whistle, same thing. I'll just go like, what? A little harder to take the shot when they're legitimately looking at you like, what did you want, bro? Want some venison steaks? Anyway, I digress. No reason to go too fast through this area. I like to follow the geometry of the turns myself. I feel that there's a speed they were kind of designed for, and then of course they give you the warnings around here, and a lot of those warnings are, you know, inclement weather, snow. So 35, definitely if it's snowy, you don't want to take this faster than 35 miles an hour. You know, a day like today, you could probably be a little bit more liberal with that number, but you know, season to taste, ride your ride, do it the way you do it. I find myself in awe at my grandfather's generation and the engineers that built these roads that just knew how to pencil out the geometry that makes these sweeping curves possible. Work with nature instead of against it. All right, so I ran into these guys, bike against traffic, and I was like, what the fuck? These guys are wearing these shirts, and I'm like, these are the assholes that are taking up the roads and everything like that. And then one of the guys came over and explained what it was that they're doing. And would you tell me what this is about?
Yeah, we're biking across America to raise money and awareness of human trafficking and the issue in America and globally. We have a partner, Unseen, based out of North Dakota, and they have incredible outreach throughout the world. And so we're just doing the Trans-America bike route across the country, 4,000 miles. And
Trans-America bike route is 4,000 miles, and you guys are pedaling it to raise awareness for human trafficking.
Correct. That's
How
perfect.
cool is that? So if you see these guys, don't think what I thought, which is that they're against cars and traffic. And I was about ready to do this. I'm glad I got to hear their story. I'm now wearing their badge, their side of the bike, and I would like you guys to wave at them, smile at them, and feel welcome out on the road. If you're on your way to or from Sturgis or any of the places, Alaska or anything like that, make sure you say hi to these guys. These guys are against human trafficking. They're not against you being on the road that you pay for, like all the other bicyclists out there. But 4,000 miles, correct?
Oregon to Virginia.
Going to Virginia. And where did you guys start?
Florence, Oregon.
Florence, Oregon, all the way to Virginia, pedaling on a bicycle. Bless them. I don't have the knees for it anymore. Anyway, nice meeting you guys. Thank you. Take care.